Now, see, this is what I've been talking about for a long time. They find out that I'm ready to meet them face to face, in which I've been ready to meet them face to face. And then they change their schedule or something happens, ironically, so that they can just, avoid me at all cost. It's their best interest to avoid me because if I ever run into them, they will have to answer these questions. They can't just blow me off and say, oh, no, I ain't got time for this. And, I got to do what I got to do. And then that's it. Because this would have been recorded. See, so then everyone would have witnessed their reaction. And in this case, Umar Johnson's reaction. He heard that I was going to stand face to face with him, and he made sure that he changed that schedule. At first, it was, and I heard this coming out of his own mouth, so I know exactly what I'm talking about. At first, it was supposed to be July 8th, and then it went from July 8th to July the 13th. And now it's canceled altogether, and he's asking people to ask him to come to their city in place of South Carolina. You can run, but you can't hide, Umar. Or should I say, Jermaine Shoemake. Why aren't you talking about lying to the people, having them believe that your name is Umar Johnson when it isn't Umar Johnson? What name is on your driver's license and on your birth certificate? I don't care who wants to rename you. It's not legal until you have all the legit papers that says that, yes, I legally changed my name. But then you would still have to explain Jermaine Shoemake. And then you would still have to explain, why didn't I tell people this from the beginning? Oh, because I didn't want them to know that real true identity, because then they would find out things that would make me out to be a liar. You cannot trust these people, ladies and gentlemen. You simply cannot trust them. I'm telling you, they were born lying. Their first words was a damn lie. This man's own father has warned everyone that has listened to him, stay away from this man. He is dangerous. Not the kind of danger as he would do physical harm to you, but the kind of danger is that his influence would ruin your life. Because it has already ruined his. This man is more or less a beggar now. Oh, please buy this and please buy that. And I charge $50 for consultation because, I have the legit degrees and, I've been to college and I've been to several colleges, by the way, over these years. And, so I am completely qualified. So this is why, I would have to charge you at least $50 an hour for my consultation. And then if you need a life coach, that's $100 an hour. And then if you need to get married, I'm sure that I could pull that off too for about $200 an hour. Everything is money. Everything is money. Everything is money. No changes, no results, no progress, no nothing. Shit is worse than ever out here, and they are still talking about money. At this point, money shouldn't be an issue. Money shouldn't even be on anyone's mind. We got too much that's going on out here. We got people dying for nothing. Money can't save them. Giving your money to these assholes, how is that saving our society? I don't see it. I don't get it. So many questions that I want to ask Umar Johnson and other frauds as well. The same questions, ironically, that they would refuse to answer. Why? Because if they even attempted to answer these questions, the jig would be up. The money would stop instantly. This is why they avoid me at all costs. And I have to remind you of something. I don't show my face because I want the advantage. I want the advantage. Something that will help me make these frauds be able to be caught off guard and have to answer these important questions. If they already knew what I looked like, ladies and gentlemen, then they would avoid me. I couldn't just walk up to them and then corner them and then start recording. And then you could witness their reactions. Even if they didn't decide to answer the questions, at least you could witness their reaction. And you would know that they were avoiding answering these questions. How many times have you observed people that was brave enough to ask Tariq Nasheed a question or two? How many times did you witness that person get cursed out? They got blocked, and then he turned everybody against them. Then he talked about the person's mother and talked about their family. But when you do that to him, oh, it's bad. But when he does it to anybody else, then it's good. It's warranted. Oh, he deserved that. Yeah. Right? You're a bunch of assholes, man. I'm telling you. You allow these motherfuckers to flam you into giving them all your fucking money. You keep these bastards up. This motherfucking Umar Johnson goes from hotel to hotel. He doesn't have a fucking home. Haven't you figured that shit out by now? This motherfucker ain't got no home. His home is a hotel room, a motel room. And when he can't afford that, he sleeps in the motel and hotel parking lot. Listen, I know this for a fact. This is why he can't deny it. This is why he can't create a video going against everything that I'm saying, because I can prove it. When the time is right, I will. If he ever goes against it and tries to deny it, the evidence is all ready to go. I want you to understand who you are really dealing with. You're dealing with a fraud. You're dealing with a cheat, a deceptive creature that will continue if you allow yourself to continue to be flim-flammed. Hotel to hotel, motel to motel. Money, 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 money. And you still haven't caught on to this, have you? See, I knew that this chump would avoid me because I'm not like the rest. He talks shit to the rest, but he would never talk shit to me. I can guarantee you that. He understands when he hears my voice that I'm not playing. I'm not like the others. I'm a whole different breed. And I still remember skills that I learned a long time ago that will allow me to back up every piece of shit that I'm talking right now. And that not only goes for Umar Johnson, that goes for any motherfucking body out there across the United States and outside of the United States. Playtime is over. You understand me? Playtime is fucking over. I'm not going to go around chasing this nigga because, if I say I'm going to go here and if I say I'm going to go there, he'll just change the fucking schedule. Really, to be honest with you, I don't think this man is lecturing anywhere. I think he's calling out a bunch of dates to make it seem like he's still being wanted. He's still being called. Ask him one simple question. See, I love questions because questions is something that's needed, because how else are you going to find out what's really going on? How else are you going to find out what you want to know unless you ask questions? Now, this is a little small question that I would love to know. How come he doesn't take the time to record his lectures? He hasn't recorded his lectures ever since he got caught up with that nasty fucking stripper that outed him. Have you noticed this? Or are you taking time to notice important things like this? He hasn't recorded a lecture since then. So then, don't you want to know why? Now, this man is a bragger. Everybody knows this. This isn't new information by any means. So I know by now he would have taken the time to at least record little snippets of this one, little snippets of that one. But he never records a damn thing. I don't think this man is lecturing anywhere. I think that he goes from city to city and state to state, and he hustles money from people through and by this thing called consultation. And I'll meet with your son and daughter, and I'll evaluate them because I'm a psychologist. And he charges them $50 an hour and $100 an hour, and this is his hotel and motel fee for that night. And when he has conned every dollar out of everybody in that city, then it's time to move on to the next city so that he can start all over again. I'm telling you, I will catch up to him. And I will make sure that this man is arrested for fraud. Playtime is over. Playtime is over. I don't care who don't fucking like it. You don't have to listen to me. You don't have to be on this channel, period. But again, I've said this so many times. You keep coming back on your own. Nobody asked you to come over here. Oh, listen to me. I mean, I know you don't like me, but can you still listen? You listen on your own. Nobody tells you to. And you know why? Because secretly, you love hearing truth. It's something that you aren't used to hearing. The people that you call your leaders, the people that you look up to, they don't tell you any truth. Most of the time, all they talk about is money anyway. At the beginning of the video, during the video, at the end of the video, oh, please see your way to a small donation for me. I'm really trying to get this word out, but it's getting harder and harder. I really need $1,000. I really need $2,000. Oh, damn, can you give me $3,000? I'm working hard out here. And like I said, it's getting harder and harder, but if you could just see your way to a little small donation for me, and then I can continue giving you all of this hot fire. This hot fire. These diamonds, these gems. This is what people call the conversations that your so-called leaders and people that you look up to have with you via recorded video. But let's break that down. Are they really gems? Are they really diamonds? Are they really sufficient enough bits and pieces of information that you can use to change your life? I mean, can you? Have you? Will you be able to in the future? The answer is a big fat no. And you know it. You have wasted your time, and you continue to waste your time because you are involved in playing a game. You have gotten used to this game, and now you want to see it through. There's no ending to this game, at least not an ending that you could ever imagine. Okay? The end game to all this is that you would find out way too late that this was just a ploy to gain money. Simply because they were too lazy to want to go out and earn money for themselves. They're too lazy to take care of themselves. So they come up with all of this bullshit just to hook you in so that they can live off of your pockets. And they have been doing so for a long time. You continue to allow them to do it. Are you understanding now what I've been telling you for more than 3 solid years? Are you understanding now? They avoid me at all costs because they know that once I corner them, once I catch up to them, it's question time. It will be recorded by 4 to 5 different people. And if they get froggy, I'm going to get froggy back. You understand? They start running their mouth, I'm going to start running my mouth. So it's totally up to them which way they want this thing to go when I do catch up with them. They don't want violence, there will be none. You get to running off at the mouth, trying to show off in front of your so-called fans, then I got to tell you something. It's not going to go too well for you. As a matter of fact, things are going to get a little thick. And I really don't want that to happen. I'm not trying to go in that direction. I'm trying to get people to see that these people will avoid answering questions at all costs, especially the most important questions that they should have answered years ago. I know that I'm right. I mean, it's nothing that you can say to me that would make me feel wrong about this. Because, I've watched these people for years. For years. Millions of dollars later, 20 years later, no change, no results, no progress, no nothing. So then what's the point of the money, ladies and gentlemen? What's the point of listening to them in the first place if nothing will ever change? Can someone answer me that? Can somebody please answer that question? See, it makes no sense. It's a big waste of time. This man will continue to avoid me because he realized that I'm not like the rest. He realizes that he would have to come clean when I confront him. So at all costs, he will avoid me. Let me tell you something. This man is a sexual deviant, and I'm going to prove it. His recent video, about an hour or so in, he starts asking people whether or not they are a licensed masseuse. He wants a licensed masseuse in every city that he touches down in. This man is a sexual deviant. I'm telling you, ladies, watch out. This man, it seems to me, he would really rape something. If he couldn't get what he wanted out of you, he would consider you a tease and probably take it. I'm telling you. And I think, I don't know, I can't guarantee it, but I just feel in my heart that this man has did this before. I'm not talking about by escorts because we already know that's true because he got caught up with one, right? I think this man has raped something before. Again, I'm not saying that it's true. I'm not saying that I can guarantee, like these are facts. But I feel in my heart this man has did this before. I think he didn't take it all the way, but he got to the point where he almost did. And the female just happened to be nice enough not to report it. I mean, after all, you can't report almost rape. Like, well, he was going to rape me, but then he changed his mind. Is that even a charge? I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I feel as if the female decided not to press charges, not to talk to the police, period. But she never talked to this man again. And what I want is for that particular female or females, if you are hearing this now, I want you to contact me. I want you to tell your story on a recorded video. We don't even have to come in contact with each other. You don't even have to show who you are. Just give me your story. If you don't want to give it to me, just record your story on a recorded video and give it to the world. Warn other women, warn other females to stay away from this man. He is trying to lure females inside of his motel and hotel premises. Ladies and gentlemen, do you not see what's going on here and what has been going on for quite some time? This man is crooked. It's nothing legit about this man whatsoever. He goes from city to city trying to get as much money as he can and apparently get as much ass as he can. And when he has did everything that he can do in that particular city, he moves on to the next city. This man, my suspicions are right. This man doesn't have a home. I think a long time ago, many years ago, he was staying with a female. And because of the sickness that he has, which is being a sexual deviant and a nymphomaniac, I think he fucked up. I think he cheated on old girl. She found out about it and she kicked his ass out. Well, he had to turn to hustling to be able to have somewhere to stay. And he has been staying in motels and hotels ever since. His car that he drives, he hasn't paid for. It could get repossessed at any moment. This is why he stays on the run. See, people think it's just, well, he's lecturing. How many lectures have you seen on a recorded video? Now, he's calling out these dates, but he's not calling out the venue. He's not calling out the venue. Why? If you're trying to get somebody to come to your lecture or some type of event that you're hosting that you're going to be at, guess what? You're going to tell them the time, the date, and especially the location. They don't know where to come. I mean, after all, what the fuck? Don't you find that a little bit odd? Man, he's saying that you can obtain your tickets off of Ticketmaster and this and that. But then think about this. But then older people, elders and kids get in free. So if it's just a bunch of kids and elders, but then people have bought their tickets to guarantee them entrance inside of this, but then they only have so many seats, then what? Because after all, you haven't told them the venue. They don't even know the venue. I guess they wouldn't know it until they were able to actually purchase the tickets ahead of time. This man is full of shit, I'm telling you. He has been caught in so many lies. It's nothing short of amazing that this man has anybody listening to him, and especially giving him money. He got caught up by a nasty whore. And I have to call her that because that's exactly what she is. So you can get angry at me and, oh, you should call her a lady. She's not a lady. She's a lady of the night is what she is. And she exposed this man for what he truly really is. And you're still giving this man money? And you want to be counseled by this man? Are you serious? You got to be kidding me. And let's not forget your precious Tariq Nasheed. He even called him a fraud. After all these years of standing beside him and taking Black Power photos together, he decided now that, hey, man, this man is a fraud. You know, hey, I should have told y'all a long time ago, but, you know, my bad. Notice how Tariq Nasheed didn't tell the reason that he didn't tell. But I know the reason. The reason that he didn't tell on him because he was scared that Umar would, in turn, tell on him. Both are frauds equally. Both are sexual deviants. When they go out of town, which Umar Johnson is always out of town because he has no home. He has no home whatsoever. He has nowhere he can return to. What happens when you don't have enough money for the motel fee and the hotel fee? What happens when you don't have enough money for the church's greasy chicken that you eat every night? You greasy fuck nigga. What happens then? What happens then? You beg people and say, hey, listen, look, I really need some emergency money here. You know, I'm hungry. I ain't got nowhere to stay. And, you know, I need y'all to send in as much money as you can right now. For the next hour, I need y'all to really search your hearts and send me as much money as your heart would allow you to send. Because I'm starving. I haven't had my church's chicken today. I haven't had my fucking tank of orange juice that I drink every day. Because I really don't want to drink any water because I'm not a water person. And, you know, and I haven't had my pussy for the night. I mean, and you know that costs the most of all. That's going to be at least $200. Come on, please, search your hearts because I really need all three. And you give it to him. You give him this money. That's amazing to me. So this man might as well just be honest and just come clean and say everything that I just said. And never try to mask it as, oh, I'm trying to help people and I want to help black society and I want to help myself at the same time. I mean, really, you know, just come clean and just be honest and say, you know what? I'm a sexual deviant, nymphomaniac. I love church's chicken. And I also love staying in motels and hotels because I have nowhere else to stay. No woman will have me because I'm a complete idiot liar. Even if I manage to fool her for the first couple of weeks, at some point in time, she's going to find out the real truth about me, starting with my name. His real name is Jermaine Shoemake. Nobody believed me. And they said, oh, no, man, you lying and you're making it up. And now he's calling himself that same name that I gave you years ago. I mentioned that for two reasons. Number one, because a lot of people didn't know that I was the first one that came out with it and started telling people this man's real name is Jermaine Shoemake. Although I thought the shoemake was shoemaker. So, just a simple mistake, but not that much of a mistake. He didn't own up to it until they realized that, there's so much evidence out there that proves that that's who I am. I might as well just embrace it. And I'll just put a lie on top of it and say, well, I changed my name or my dad changed my name. Listen, you cannot legally change your name until you go to a legitimate place to do so with legitimate documents. And you have to pay a fee for this. And it's quite expensive if you want to change your name. That's why you don't see so many people doing it now. Because if they could, if it was just the cost of $10, everybody would change their name every fucking week. How come you can't see what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? All these years. Listen, this is 2018. And this man is still doing the same thing that he started doing years ago. 20 years ago. 20 some odd years ago. That's a long time to be able to continuously fool the people into giving him money. Well, see, we're trying to go to Africa, and see, we're trying to take this, trip on the Nile, and see, we're trying to take a singles retreat. Everything that he talks about requires ladies to be single. Are you noticing this? I'm telling you, you better watch your fucking ass. This motherfucker is gonna rape something. I'm trying to tell you. And when he runs out of money, he gonna rob a fucking liquor store. That's why he don't mind saying, I'm still hood. The hood never left your ass. This man doesn't have degrees. This man has conned his way to this point, and I'm telling you, he is gonna fall all the way back down. And it's gonna fall hard. Man, ladies and gentlemen, we have way too many of these people in our society. We got way too many. This is why we can't do anything. I mentioned one time before, when something happens, and I'm pretty sure these same things will happen again and again and again. When something happens, see, we should have enough people that's willing to go to the scene of the crime and not leave until justice is realized. And not only that, but not leave until they come up with some type of solution to not have it happen again. See, it's strength in numbers, but not a single person is willing to go to the scene of the crime, to stand up and say, you know what, I'm staying here, right here, and I'm not moving until justice is realized. Imagine Farrakhan asking 1 million of his followers to assist in this. Imagine doing this years ago. Imagine 2018, after all these things had happened exactly like I said that they should have. 2018 would be very different for black society. All you hear is people like Farrakhan talking about the bad that's occurring. When something happens, they make sure that they gather the information about it, and then they regurgitate it to you. Past that point, nothing happens. Are you not noticing that? Nothing happens. So don't say that Farrakhan is great. Don't say that Umar Johnson is great. Don't say that Tariq Nasheed is great. Because if these men were great, then you could list so many things under their name that they were great for. You dig?